more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
Hopefully welcoming us back here to Eastern High School with just 2 minutes left in this halftime. Hopefully the folks back at home can hear us. We've had a lot of technical issues, but hopefully we've got them out of our system here in this first half. Hopefully we're back on the air for this second half of the football game.
Yes, we're looking to see a lot of comeback here from the Musketeers. Hopefully another resilient second half for them.
Yeah, I mean, felt like we had a really good halftime show going, Eli. Unfortunately, a lot of people at home probably aren't going to be catching that halftime show, but hopefully we get back in. Hopefully we're good to go for this second half. Just a minute and 30 seconds left. North Harrison leads Eastern High School 15-13.
We are good to go here back again. Looks like we are back live on Facebook, Twitter, and Dub 1220 AM now. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Wi-Fi completely cut out. Stream got shut down. But we should be back ready to go for a second half of football.
All the people coming back into the stream for this second half, please let us know if you're hearing us good and clear. As just under a minute left until we get some more Eastern football here on WSLM. If you're just joining us, I'm Dylan Beach alongside Eli Guthrie, and the North Harrison Cougars lead the Eastern Musketeers 15-13. And we're just getting ready to get this second half started.
Yes, we are. I'm excited for it. If you missed it before we went to the break, we saw quite a few passing yards from the Musketeers in that first half. 91 passing yards for them in the first half. Not double, but even better for running yards along with for both sides of the ball. 159 for North Harrison, 111 for the Musketeers. We are in a tied knot right now.
Good first half for Bannett on the passing end. He was 8 of 15, 104 yards with a touchdown and a fumble last week. A good start as both teams are getting ready to take the field. Friday night lights are on. Homecoming is over. Eastern football's very own Reese Weiniger getting a dub at halftime. Good one for him. Congratulations out to Reese Weiniger and Kylie Batt, alongside of all the other candidates. Congratulations.
The king and queen have been crowned. 24 minutes of football down, 24 to go.
An exciting 24 minutes left in this game. This could be anyone's ball game. We've seen this Eastern offense going down. They've ended every drive in Cougar territory, including the failed on the 5. Got to see how they respond here.
Sure do. I'm excited for it.
Ball is placed on the tee. Joshua Wayne Scott is back out there to kick it again. North Harrison taking a 15-13 lead in that first half. Maybe lucky that they're winning, but coming out an onside kick here. Going to see what happens here. Is Eastern ready for this onside kick? Not going to be an onside kick. Going to be kicked to about the nice little squib there, but caught at the 30, up to the 40 for the Musketeers. Going to be a nice little field position, maybe avoiding the return men back there.
What we thought was going to be an onside kick turned into a pooch kick. It showed the trick that could be played potentially for the Cougars, but ended up just getting chipped up in the air.
Always going to be at a risk of maybe fumbling up that catch on the play. Ends up Connor Cleat getting the catch. Going to see how it ends up here for Eastern taking the field. An injured Cougar limping off the field on the play. That's the fullback King. Going to see if he can be okay to get back in this game.
Like we saw in that last possession for the half of the Musketeers, they put the ball in the end zone. It was looking to repeat themselves now, fresher than they were before in that last drive for the half. Signing up an end. Now Bannett ready for this next drive. Takes a snap, hands it off to Jones. Jones up the middle, breaking through tackles, gain of 5.
Yeah, good little run there for Jones. Going to see how Eastern gets it going here in this this second half. Great first quarter, as we've previously mentioned, for the Musketeers. Going to be coming off the field here is big replacement tight end Adam Guthrie as the Musketeers take the field again. Bandit's got trips receivers off to his right, Drury alone on the left side. Braden Jones and the sidecar off to the right. Bandit in the shotgun. Looking for the offering. Takes it. Hands off to Jones. Jones gets up. Lays his head down a little bit. Gets up a little bit. Just past the 50. Going to set up a nice little third down here for the Musketeers.
Nice 2 plays to start this drive at the start of the second half here. 6-yard one on that one, and maybe a 2 or 3 on this opposing play of this drive. gain of 1 to be exact. Nice start to Musketeers drive
Yeah,
here.
ball going to be placed back a little bit. Was originally marked at the 50, now back on about the 49 or 48. Set up a 3rd and 4 or 5 here for the Musketeers. 2 wide receivers off to both sides, motioning Drury through. Hands off to Jones. Jones is going to be stripped up in the backfield. That is a huge stop from the Cougars. Whitaker on the tackle.
Well, look, could have been a first down conversion for the Musketeers. Jones gets shoestring struck on that one by the left hand of a defender for the Cougars.
Could have been first down and a lot there for the Musketeers. He had a little bit of space going. North Harrison
lead blocker of Garrett Drury.
North Harrison brought a lot of pressure off that right side, maybe the more like the left side for the offense here, but had a lot of guys in that backfield. Braden Jones didn't have a lot of guys to beat. As this Musketeer punt team gets brought out on the field, we're going to have a flag on the play.
Offensive penalty, it looks
on the
to be.
offense. Not quite sure what we're going to get the call on that one. I think we're maybe getting too many men on the field, but I mean, play clock was still running. Not sure really what this call was going to be. A little bit of chirping back and forth between the ref and coach here.
Very interesting call we have, pushing it back 5 more yards. Might have benefited him a little bit, had given him a little bit more room, not the one to send that one deep back down to the end zone.
Yeah, a little bit of a confusing time. Not quite sure what the call is there. I mean, Aiden Miller was the one in question running off the field. Bannett taking the snap, hoping to get one down deep. Kicks it. Langdon catches it about the 20. Gets it up to the 25, to the 30. Getting wrapped up at about the 29, and he is going to be stopped, and it's going to be blown dead at about that 29, 30-yard line. Decent little return for Langdon.
What a nice punt from Bannett there, though. Able to find his footing, let one fly deep. Nice shot for him. I'm glad to see that they able to flip the field a little bit.
Yeah, the first real failure for this Musketeer offense tonight. I mean, all their other drives have been relatively successful, minus that one that fumbled, but even the one on the fumble had a lot of yards, got it down all the way to the 5. And we're going to see this North Harrison offense set up. If you're just joining us, we just have 10 minutes left here in this third quarter. Musketeers trail 15-13. Langdon takes a snap, hands off to Fessel, gets up, gets past the line of scrimmage a little bit, and that's going to be a gain around 5-ish on the play, maybe 6.
As we saw before, that was the Musketeers' first punt of the game tonight. But now the Cougars are able to take over on their own 29-yard line, moving the ball slowly but surely, getting 6 yards in that first run.
Yeah, good 6 yard on that one. Langdon bringing his team back out in the I formation. King is back out on the field after getting hobbled up. Takes the snap, hands off to Fessel. He gets met at the line for a gain of nothing. Great play from the Musketeer front, Eli, setting up this crucial 3rd down.
3rd down and 4 coming up. I thought he was going to break through on that one, but got met by 3 Musketeer defenders as soon as he got the handoff. Nice one. Nice defensive stand for the Musketeers. We're looking to see a big 3rd down stop here.
Yeah, I mean, with Fessel, we've seen him get wrapped up around that line of scrimmage and somehow break free. Eastern doing a great job of stopping that one for a gain of nothing. Langdon back out in the I formation, takes the snap, pushes forward himself, and we're going to see what the ruling is. Eastern says they stopped him. We're going to see if the refs agree. Dial-it Downs is on 4th here. Going to set up a 4th down here. A nice stop for the Musketeers. I think if I'm North Harrison, I'm just going to go right back to it.
I do too. I don't favor the decision to have a punt unit on this game right now. And it doesn't look like they're going to. It looks like they're going to keep that offense on the field. Langdon over to sideline trying to find that 4th down conversion play.
Yeah, we've mentioned it in the past. Langdon, a big body, 6'2", 175. Perfect for those QB sneaks, especially with all the fullbacks and running backs he has. Anytime you're in the I formation, you are going to be at risk for a QB sneak. And we're going to see as Eastern really loads the boxes here, North Harrison's going to get that snap off, and they're going to get that one real easy.
That was just too easy of a play for North Harrison there. Almost a 4-yard QB sneak.
Yeah, these QB sneaks are a little too easy for the Cougars right now. Musketeers really loading the box there. Alas, it looked like there was nobody in the box on that play as North Harrison easily converts. Ball on their own 38. 8 minutes to play here in this third quarter here. My bad, folks. Musketeers trail 15-13 as the Cougars break the snap. Back out there with their patented, both fullbacks on the field, King and Leffer. Takes a snap, hands off to Fessel again. Fessel gets up, backpedaling here a little bit, still gaining yards. That's going to be another about 6 or 7 on the play, Eli.
Not a bad run there for the Cougars. Able to find their footing on the running game this half as they were held to 159 yards. Can't say it's really a hold because they broke away quite a few, but it didn't seem like it hurt the Musketeers too much now. Let's hope they can hold that again. Hold their own now tonight.
Bit of a strange play there. I mean, Fessel backpedaling for a lot of that drive, still just being pushed forward and forward for a nice little gain of 8, setting up a very manageable second down here. Langdon about midfield, about to take the snap. Motions King through. Hands off to Fessel once again. Fessel going to be met at the line. I don't think he's going to get that first down. Setting up a third down.
Nice one for the Musketeer defense there. Able to halt him once again. Previously in the drive here, another crucial third down.
Yeah, got to see what North Harrison cooks up. Probably going to go right back to the QB sneak. I think that's what a lot of the fans here in attendance are expecting. We're going to see here shortly. I mean, looking like a promising drive so far for North Harrison to maybe extend this to a 2-score lead if they get another touchdown and 2-point conversion.
That would be the goal here tonight. Looking to put this one away here in the second half early.
North Harrison, I formation. Langdon takes a snap, lunges forward, and he's going to have another first down and another huge quarterback sneak. These pushes are continuing to give multiple yards compared to what you're usually going to expect on a quarterback sneak of maybe about 1 or 2. They're gaining about 4 or 5 for most of these QB sneaks, Eli.
They are, and the Musketeers need to figure it out very quickly, or it's going to turn ugly for them. Might as well just stick to that one, it seems like, on every crucial down they need.
Yeah, Langdon had 39 carries coming into the night. Starting to see where a lot of those carries come from. A very good QB sneak team this North Harrison is. I mean, with how they QB sneak, they could probably just sneak 3 yards every time, just keep getting first downs. Got to see how the Musketeers respond here. Back in the I formation, hands off to Fessel. Gets outside the line of scrimmage. He's going to be almost wrapped up. Keeps on churning, and he ends up getting about a gain of 3 or 4 on the play.
He was still going there after that whistle was blowing a flag.
Yeah, we're going to see what happens on that play. I thought Fessel was wrapped up, still was going there a little bit. Eastern's got to be able to bring these running backs down.
If that penalty has on the Musketeers, that'll be their first of the night. A big one, if it's so.
Yeah, we're going to see what's the call here. If that's a late hit, this could be really setting up the Cougars nicely. It's going to be on the Musketeers.
After the play, personal foul, defense. Yep, 15 yards.
Yeah, not great there. First penalty of the night for the Musketeers has been really good so far on that mark. But Cougars are going to have the ball in very, very promising position here. Eastern got to be able to bounce back. We mentioned first punt of the night on that first drive. Got to get going here to let this game not get away from them.
Exactly. If they score here, they will now be up. They're by 2 so far. They get 7, 8 more here. They'll be up by 10, and that's going to be unfavorable for the Musketeers.
Yep. I think we're going to have – I'm not quite sure what's going on. Refs are having a little bit of conversation about it. Clock stopped. 5 minutes and 50 seconds left here in this third quarter. North Harrison leads the Eastern Musketeers 15-13 as they are driving deep in Musketeer territory.
I like to see this drive for North Harrison right now. Penalties have been their favor right now. It's been quite a show put on for North Harrison. This third quarter is their first drive is still ensuing. We have some chatter between the referees and Coach Dean on the sideline here.
Yeah, refs having a little bit of a conversation with Coach Dean. Now one over there talking to him. Not quite sure what's going on. Would love to hear what's being said between them, but we don't got any mics on either of these coaches or refs. We're going to see North Harrison comes back out. Whitaker back in the backfield behind those 2 fullbacks. Langdon under center, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out to throw. He looks to throw. He looks up, and that one's just going to be a little bit long for Hernandez.
Man, incomplete pass there. That was a dangerous one for the Cougars. Langdon was looking downfield, able to he had a receiver wide open in the end zone. By all means, it was ready, set up perfectly.
Yeah,
could not connect.
Hernandez is wide open there. Clooney much more guarded than Hernandez. Of course, the touchdown scorer earlier was Clooney. Got to see how Eastern responds here. North Harrison, first time this drive behind on the downs. Got to see how they respond. As Whitaker comes back onto the field, the least used of the 3 backs tonight so far. Coming into the night, had 150 yards, 3 touchdowns. Going to see what he can do here. As we're going to get a timeout on the field for North Harrison. Play clock is running down a little bit on the play. I'm Dylan Beach alongside Eli Guthrie here on WSLM and we'll be back after a few short messages.
Mission In-Home Healthcare is now hiring full or part-time RNs. Flexible schedules are available with competitive pay. Benefits for full-time. No nights or weekends. Stop by the office at 1600 South State Road 135 in Salem or call today, 812-586-0436. A great way to start a new career with Mission In-Home Healthcare.
Bring on the garlic. Get ready for another epic event this summer with Papa John's new Garlic Epic Stuffed Crust Pizza. This is the third version of Papa John's Stuffed Crust Pizza. First, there was the regular cheese stuffed crust, and then they added pepperoni into the crust. Now, this pizza has garlic in 3 places: in the crust, on the crust, and in a cup with its special garlic dipping sauce. The pizza has a blend of cheese.
We welcome you back here to Eastern High School, where the North Harrison Cougars lead the Eastern Musketeers 15-13. 5 minutes and 42 seconds. Welcome you back to WSLM. I'm Dylan Beach alongside Eli Guthrie. The Cougars have been driving here second and 10. They've got Whitaker in the backfield behind Langdon and Leffer. Langdon takes the snap, hands off to Whitaker. Whitaker gets up to the line, going to be wrapped up a little bit. Might have got 1 or 2 on the play. Going to set up a 3rd and long here. Eastern has got to be able to get off the field here.
During the intermission, this drive here, this play, we have a scoring update from Salem. Salem is thumping Corden Central 35-19 in the third quarter. Perry Central and Clarksville facing off 41-0. We have Paola Eastern Green knotted at 0 in the first quarter. Looks like there's no scoring updates on that one. Brownstown, Seymour, third quarter, 27-20. Seymour on top there. Crawford County getting thumped once again, 52-0 at Brownstown. We got Bloomington North taking on New Albany, 42-0.
Yeah, we're back out here. Just 3 seconds on the play clock. Going to see if North Harrison can get one off here. Play clock is dead here. I don't know why there hasn't been a flag thrown. Langdon gets the snap off. Gets it going. Gets up. There's going to be a flag thrown on the play. 3rd and 10 here. We're going to see. He gets pretty close to the marker on there.
Not a bad run there. Very, very confusing play as we went forward. The play clock had hit triple zeros, and we don't know what the problem was with the flag. I don't see how the referees missed that one.
Going to see what the flag is. No flag on the play. Flag's going to be picked up.
Man, and
very confusing play and drive right there for this game, as North Harrison has a very, very favorable 4th and inches here. Think that's going to be another quarterback dive, Eli?
I could see that being a possibility. Honestly, it's more favorable than not.
And I think if you put your house on the QB dive here, I think you maybe get a couple of quarters back in returns if you're gambling on it. But we're going to see how North Harrison comes out here for this 4th and 1. Ball on the about the 15-ish. 4 minutes and 55 seconds left. North Harrison still winning by 2. Langdon takes a snap, hands off to the fullback. The fullback tumbling, rumbling. He's going to stumble into the end zone. Leffer getting his 3rd touchdown of the year as North Harrison extends this lead 21-13.
Man, that was an interesting drive there all around, all together for the Cougars. Able to set themselves up for a touchdown, a 16-yard run by their fullback. Not expected by the Musketeers. They're expecting a QB sneak. Didn't get one, got a fullback run, touchdown Cougars.
Yeah, Leffer showing a nice little burst there, getting his 3rd touchdown of the year, rumbling, stumbling, tumbling before falling into the end zone to take a 21-13 lead. Langdon awaiting the snap for this PAT. Gets it, places it. That pick, that's going to be blocked. No good on the play. Nice little recovery there for Eastern to prevent that one from getting across. Wayne Scott getting his kick blocked.
Instead of being a 2-score game now, it is still a 1-score game here late in the third quarter, 21-13. Nice defensive stand on that kick off on that PAT for the Musketeers.
Yeah, that 1 point might come back to hurt North Harrison. Who knows what could have happened if maybe Eastern would have went for the 2 earlier instead of that second PAT attempt from Cody Bannett to end off the first half.
It sure would have, and we're liking to see this now. Musketeers stumbled on their first drive here in the third quarter, but now we are seeing
We're going to have another jersey change.
We sure are. Yeah, we are with Caleb King here.
A lot of malfunctions here tonight. Caleb King going to be switching from 75, and we'll let you know what the jersey ends up being. We'll come back to that. I mean, Eastern so far, not a lot of injuries throughout the year, getting a little bit roughed up here tonight. Got to see how they respond.
Looks like Caleb King's going to 85.
Not too different. Just adding another 10 to his previously worn 75. Caleb King, as we've mentioned previously in the broadcasts in the past, one of the more talented players on this Eastern team, has some preferred walk-on offers from Indiana and Louisville. Going to be seeing where he plays his college football next year, hopefully shortly, as North Harrison gets ready to kick this one off again. If you're just joining us, they lead 21-13, just 4 minutes and 48 seconds left in this third quarter as Wayne Scott places it on the tee, and we're getting ready to open up this next Musketeer drive.
We are, and I'm sorry. I'm liking back deep here. Return for Drury. It's Drury and Temple back for the
Drury
Musketeers.
Temple, as usual, North Harrison lining up in this short kick formation. Again, seeing where Wayne Scott can put this into the corner. Cleek going to return this one. Going to get it to about the 40 before being wrapped up by a big swarm of Cougars. Nice job just to catch that one and get a couple of yardage there on the play.
Seems to be a new trend here for the Cougars tonight as they're kicking it off in a little pooch kick up into the far side corner. Cleek that time on the reception. They're dangerous back there with Temple and Drury. They're kind of avoiding him at this point.
Yeah. Not a lot of risk there either. I mean, all reward there for North Harrison. I mean, yeah, they're going to get set up about their 40 every time, but I mean, if that ball is ever muffed, they're going to have a swarm of defenders on that ball, as we saw Connor Cleek catching that one, only being able to get about 5-ish on the play before a swarm met him there. So it's always going to be crucial that Eastern gets a clean catch on these kickoffs. As the offense returns out onto the field, Caleb King being issued out as a wide receiver here. That's going to be his first of the game. He's out there alongside Caden Temple. A lot of confusion here for the Musketeers. Just 10 seconds on this play clock. Cody Bannett getting his troops in order. He's got McBride in the backfield. Bannett in the shotgun. Two receivers on both sides. Motions Garrett Drury through. Takes a snap. Hands off to McBride. McBride getting up the gut. Going to get for a few. Keeps on churning. This one's going to be blown dead. Maybe getting a gain of 4 or 5, depending on where they spot this at.
I'm liking a 4-yard gain there for McBride, able to fight his way through the defensive line of the Cougars. I'm liking his power and his aggression, his adversity management.
Yeah, a lot of confusion there on personnel for Eastern, really scrambling around, getting to just 10 seconds on the play clock. Braden Jones still on the sideline, yet to re-enter yet. Caleb King still out wide on the far side. 2 receivers on each side for Bannett. McBride still in the backfield in shotgun once again. Fakes the handoff, snaps, looks for Temple, and that one's going to be right off Caden Temple's hands, setting up the third down.
Not a bad play of the Musketeers. He had instant pressure as soon as he got the ball in the backfield, looking to pass and see Temple. The ball was a little high off the hands of Bannett, ended up reflecting off Temple's hands, and now we have a third down and medium coming up for the Musketeers.
Yeah, 3rd and 5, very manageable. Definitely probably getting to be 4th down territory as we approach midfield. But we're going to see what Eastern does on this 3rd down. Coming back out here, starting to look out to be just a 1 running back set again. Almost was looking to be a 2 RB set, but he's got 2 receivers off to his left. Jones is back in the backfield. Motions Drury through. Hands off to Jones. And he's going to get met early in the backfield for a loss on the play. Huge play by this Cougars defense.
Not a very good play at all there for the Musketeers. I didn't like the decision to run that one there. I'd see more of a passing play like previous down, but they ended up going for the run, but did not seem to get that one right there.
Yeah, the tides might be changing here tonight. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this one. Timeout Eastern Musketeers. North Harrison leads 21-13. We will be back here on WSLM after a couple of ads from our sponsors.
It's time to put on the old gold and black. Hail Purdue. And jump on the Boilermaker special.
Boilermakers, a 39-yard flea flicker.
Boiler up, Purdue fans. The Wisconsin Badgers are in town to take on the Boilermakers this weekend. Join us Friday. Our coverage begins at 6 on the Purdue Global Sports Network from Learfield.
Mission In-Home Healthcare is now hiring full or part-time RNs. Flexible schedules are available with competitive pay. Benefits for full-time. No nights or weekends. Stop by the office at 1600 South State Road 135 in Salem or call today, 812-586-0436. A great way to start a new career with Mission In-Home Healthcare.
We welcome you back to Eastern High School, home of the Musketeers, as they trailed the North Harrison Cougars 21-13. I'm Dylan Beach alongside Eli Guthrie. Here, just 3 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Bandit has 3 receivers off to his right. He's in the shotgun. Jones still in the sidecar. Takes the snap on 4th and long. Scrambles out right, looking to throw. Evades a sack, and that ball is going to be low and incomplete on the play.
Caught. They haven't considered this caught. First down, Musketeers.
First down, Musketeers. Nearly turning the ball over in their own territory. Ends up being a nice gain for the Musketeers. And that might be another turning of the tides here. Maybe Eastern getting some momentum going.
Man,
we're going to see if they give the first down or not. We got to see what the ruling is here. Wants to measure this. We're going to see another chain movement here.
We're going to repeat what we saw last week, the chain gang.
Yeah, a lot of chain action last week. Got to see how this goes. I mean, the balance of the game could very easily be here. I mean, with how much North Harrison runs the ball, they can chew off a lot of clock. Getting the Eastern staff some exercise out here tonight. Bev Newcomb and Jacob Harding running out onto the field. Always good to see those two on the chains. Going to see what the ruling is here.
First down.
First down. Not even close on the measurement. Almost got it by a whole football. Huge first down for the Musketeers. I mean, walk us through that last play, Eli.
That last play we saw, Bandit was rolling out right, got pressured big by the defensive number 9 for the Cougars. Ended up rolling out right, breaking that tackle, get a stiff arm on that defender. Lets one fly wobbly, very, very wobbly to Temple, very low too, like 2 foot in front of him. He is able to scoop it off the ground and get a first down.
Maybe it's a good thing we don't have replay yet in the high school game.
Yeah,
Not sure. Bandit back out with his offense. Got 2 wide receivers off to his right. Garrett Drury alone on the left side. Jones in the backfield. Takes a snap. Hands off to Jones. Jones gets it up a few yards for about a gain of 3 before being brought down by the Cougars defense.
I'm liking this next start to this seems like a new drive for the Musketeers after that controversial few plays there to start their drive anyway. Now they're back to 2nd down and 7 instead of, 4th down and 10, 5 down and 5 like earlier.
Got to see how Eastern responds. 3 minutes left in this third quarter. They trail by 8, 21-13. Ball in the Cougars territory for the first time this drive on the 47. Musketeers with 2 in the backfield. McBride and Jones. Fakes the handoff to Jones. Gives it to McBride. McBride to the line of scrimmage. Gets out. And that's going to be another first down for the Musketeers.
Nice run there from Nick McBride. McBride picked up by like a stretcher and he's back. He's up, ready to go again. We have a Cougar down on the field hurt. But let's walk through that play real quick as he gets up, as we have a timeout on the field. Bandit, like we saw last week, fakes the handoff one way to Jones. Instead, turns back the other way, gives it to McBride. McBride able to find his footing, able to break some space, trotting along, getting a few yards, like a gain of 10.
Yeah, the injured Cougar on the play. Clooney previously mentioned he had the touchdown earlier. 20 tackles and an interception on the year so far for him. Hopefully we see him return to this game. A lot of injuries so far. I mean, he took a hit. He hit the ground early. Only know what he's feeling right now. We're going to see if he returns. We'll give you updates as we get them. Musketeers back out with 3 wide receivers. 2 to the left, Temple on the right. Bandit in the shotgun with Jones to his left. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff, looks to throw. And that's going to hit a North Harrison defender in the back.
He was looking for Caleb King on that one. He was the intended receiver. Launched it a little higher. It might have gotten to the hands of the Musketeers receiver, but did not quite.
Trying to see what's the call here. Yep, I think we're going to have a flag here on the Eastern O-line. Aiden Miller going to have probably a late hit here or something. Not a huge play. I mean, this discipline has been so good for Eastern. This might be taking them back to almost their own territory. That's not a great play there for the Musketeers.
Nope, really shot themselves in the foot with that one. Now they go from the 38-yard line on 2nd and 10 back to the 48 on the other side of the field, 46 on the other side of the field.
Yeah, going to be a 15-yard penalty back in their own territory. Was driving there for a bit. Had 2nd and 10 due to the incompletion. I mean, the incompletion is one thing, but losing another 15 yards here to get set up on 2nd down, this might be a drive killer for the Musketeers.
It really could be. I'm not looking forward to this one, as we're going to see some more wideouts here now for the Musketeers. Looking to be like a pass I see here.
Yeah, still with 3 out there. Drury in the slot. 2 on the right side. McBride, the lone receiver on the left. Bannock gets it in the shotgun. Motions Drury through. Takes the offering, and we're going to have a flag on the play. That's probably going to be a false start on the Musketeers.
A 2nd and 30 is very unfavorable for the Musketeers here. It's really shooting himself in the foot, and it's really causing a lot of problems.
Yeah, Musketeers were rolling, and now back-to-back penalties. Getting it on to their own 42 now. This drive went from very promising to the Musketeers to might be taking a miracle to get this first down here. I mean, there's a lot of distance between that first down marker and the first down at the first down's at about the 29. Musketeers are on their own 41 here, folks. Going to have their work cut out for them. A 2nd and 30. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Musketeers still trail 21-13. Bannock getting his troops out in order. Caleb King, the tight end, coming out of the backfield. 2 receivers on the right. Temple in the slot. Drury alone on the left. Bannock looking for the offering. Takes it. That might be almost was another false start. Cody Bannock getting outside the pocket, looking to throw. Bullets one out. Oh, and it hits Drury in the hands. Incomplete, but we're going to have another flag on the play. We're going to see what that's all about. Maybe potentially a late hit at the end of that one.
We'll see, and I'm hoping so. What a great pass from Bannock. He could cross body sidearm, slung that one far down the field. Garrett
threw a bullet right into Drury's hands. Maybe too hard. Hit him in the hands. Goes down to the field. We're going to see what this flag's all about. Maybe could set this Musketeers up for a second down here and a little bit more manageable than the 3rd and 30 they would be facing.
If it's a late hit, it'll be an automatic first down. We're looking, hopefully.
Now we're going to see what's the call here. Ref's about to signal it out. Maybe we're going to hear a roar from the crowd. Maybe we're going to hear some groans.
Loss of down. Illegal forward pass.
Past the line of scrimmage. I almost mentioned it. I didn't think they were going to call it, but the illegal forward pass on Bannock maybe was just quite past the point. I thought he was going to tuck it and scramble. Ends up throwing. This might be one of the longest downs we're going to see the Musketeers have to face all year. 3rd and 35 here because they lose the down from the illegal forward pass. 3rd and 35. We're going to see what Eastern's cooking up here. 2 wide receivers on both sides. Bannock takes a snap. Looks for McBride in the screen. McBride, and that's not going to be a great play for the Musketeers. 3rd and a long. They throw it for about a yard. A screen with no blockers. Eastern's going to have no other option other than to punt here on 4th and 35. 1:40 to go here from Eastern High School. A disaster drive from Eastern there. Had it in Cougar territory. Ends up on their own 36. That's just not a great drive, Eli.
It is not. It went like it's going to go well to start there. Kind of went backwards, a lot backwards. It fell down. They could not quite find the footing again. Getting pinned back deep here.
Bannock taking a low snap, trying to see if he can get a punt off here, and this one's going to be a high and short punt. See if it can take an Eastern bounce, and it does. Bounces all the way down to about the 25 is where it's going to end up. A huge, huge Eastern bounce there. Maybe one of the only things to go Eastern's way within that drive. A minute to go in this third quarter, and now we're seeing a must-have stop here for the Musketeers.
We sure are. That punt was straight up in the air.
Barely got it off.
Yeah, we lost it in the light. He fumbled it to start, able to get it off right up in the air. Took a favorable Eastern bounce from the 40-yard line down to the scene, almost to the 25.
I mean, maybe only about 20 air punt yards there, but ends up taking a very, very favorable bounce for the Musketeers. Getting it. Cougars set up on their 25. Out in the I formation. 2 wide receivers off to the right. Don't think they're going to get a look, though. Hands it off to Fessel. Fessel gets going. Breaks free a little bit. He's got a little bit of room. Jukes out Temple. Going to have a flag on the play at about the 40. He's wrapped up at about the 45, and I wouldn't be surprised if this one's coming back.
I wouldn't be surprised here. The flag's at the 39-yard line on the Cougar side. We're seeing maybe a holding call.
Maybe a hold here. Not quite sure yet. We'll give you the call whenever we receive it. A little bit of a roughed up Musketeer on the play is Nathaniel Rankin. He's holding at his wrist. Think he'll probably end up staying in the game, but we'll monitor that as it arises. We have seen an injured player come back to the field, though. Clooney for North Harrison coming back onto the field as he trots off. for this next play. That is a flag on North Harrison, so that one will be coming back. Maybe a break there for the Musketeers getting that holding penalty.
He sure is. And now instead of a first down and 10 at the 41-yard line, it is a second down, or first down and 20 at the 20-yard line, on their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, got to see how North Harrison bounces back here. They still lead by 8. 57 seconds left in this third quarter. North Harrison leads 21-13. Big first down here. Kent gets it. Fessel keeps going. Another flag on the play. From that 1st and 7 from the holding, just taking 10 yards back from the original spot. Going to be another flag on the play. We're going to see what this one's all about. A lot of laundry on the field.
We'll see maybe here a holding call on the Cougars after that questionable penalty markage there. They think it would be a first down and 20.
They just go back to, I guess, from where the original spot was. So from the end of the first play, they take it back, I guess, in the high school rules. Not all that familiar with the IHSAA rule book, but maybe we need to brush up on it a little bit after the game, Eli. As there's another hold on the Cougars, that one's certainly going to set them back behind the original first down marker. Going to be about a 1st and 15, 1st and 16 or 17 here. Cougars might have to open up the playbook here, but down on their own 20 here. 47 seconds left. They still lead by 8. Langdon under center. Not a fullback behind him for the first time in a while. 2 Cougar receivers out left. Gives the handoff to Fessel. Fessel gets up, met by Nathan McBride. And McBride's going to bring him down at about the first original line of scrimmage. Going to set up a 2nd and 10 here, Eli.
About a 5-yard run there for Fessel. Fessel was able to find himself some space wide open in the green grass here. But he met by McBride of the defensive front from the Musketeers, saving potentially a first down again.
I mean, Bryce Fessel, not your prototypical workhorse back. I mean, he is only 5'11", 155 pounds. That is not a very big workhorse running back, but yet he gets a lot of these North Harrison carries as he's back in the backfield, receives the toss, gets outside, jukes forward a little bit, gets met. That's going to be about a gain of 3 or 4 on the play. Nice stop there for the Musketeers, setting up this third down with just 3 seconds left in this third quarter, Eli.
Sure was. Nice run there from the Cougars. It's going to bring up into the third quarter, but first, it's going to be a third down and about a medium here for the Cougars. The Musketeers are going to have to find their feet and make sure they get a stop here and hopefully get off the field.
Yeah, when we welcome you back here, it'll be the start of the fourth quarter from Eastern High School. North Harrison leads Eastern 21-13, and we will be back with the fourth quarter after a few messages from our sponsors.
Bring on the garlic. Get ready for another epic event this summer with Papa John's new Garlic Epic Stuffed Crust Pizza. This is the third version of Papa John's Stuffed Crust Pizza. First, there was the regular cheese stuffed crust, and then they added pepperoni into the crust. Now, this pizza has garlic in 3 places: in the crust, on the crust, and in a cup with its special garlic dipping sauce. The pizza has a blend of cheese with garlic seasoning inside the crust and more garlic seasoning on top of the crust. It's available as a large pizza for just $13.99. Papa John's also has a garlic chicken pizza, which has a hand-tossed original crust with real cheese, vine-ripened Roma tomatoes, grilled all-white chicken, artichoke, roasted garlic, and fresh cremini mushrooms on a zesty garlic ranch sauce. Call 812-883-3369 to reach your Salem Papa John's, or stop in at the corner of Main and Hackberry Streets to pick up your hot, fresh pizza today. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. Don't forget to get your Papa John's for those Friday night tailgates. Order a pizza and tune into the game on WSLM 97.9 FM or WSLM 1220 AM or streaming on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter.
The field is flipped. 36 minutes have been played. 12 more here to go here at Eastern High School. Home of the Musketeers. 21-13 is our score. North Harrison still leads with this 3rd and 7 here on the play. 30, ball on the 30. Langdon back out there. Just McKinney in the backfield. Hands off to McKinney. McKinney gets up to the line. He's going to be met, and this is going to set up a very important 4th down here. Going to be an interesting decision coming from the North Harrison sideline, Eli.
A gain of about 3 on the play there for the running back there for Cougars. a very, very critical fourth down, like you had mentioned. We're looking to see them maybe still go for this one here in their own territory. It'd be very, very dangerous to do so after that failed 2-point conversion earlier.
We're going to see the punt team come out here. King, the punter, once again. Going to see Chandler Dukes back deep to return the punt. Normally it's Garrett Drury. Was stopped from coming out. King lets a punt go. This one looks like it's going to take a nice bounce, and that is going to take a very favorable North Harrison bounce, getting down to about the 30. We're going to see what that flag was all about that was thrown. Seeing a couple of flags thrown here, some North Harrison players holding out their helmets. We're going to see what this call is all about.
I've seen potentially an illegal block on the back or a roughing the kicker call because Bennett was on the ground there when we got back after the kick.
King?
Excuse me, King.
King.
Sorry, King. Yeah, King was on the ground there for the Musketeers. Maybe rough the kicker a little bit, but the Cougars are also shaking their heads, looking around.
The reaction that we saw from the lineman running off the field there, I believe, was Corbin Davis, 56, the freshman, running off the field. I don't think it's very favorable for North Harrison on that play, but we'll find out. Going to be on the kicking team there. Was originally incorrectly pointed to the receiving team, but that's going to help out Musketeer field position here. Originally punt landed on the 30 after that very favorable North Harrison bounce. We're going to see where it ends up getting placed at here as the Musketeers take over. 11-14 left in this one. 21-13. North Harrison still leads as we're going to see where the Musketeers are going to set up shop at.
That could be a crucial penalty there for the Cougars there, as they might be setting this one up a little bit further than down from the 30-yard line. They don't have a football anymore.
Yeah, still hasn't got one from the Musketeer sideline. We're going to see where this one is placed at. Still hasn't been walked off yet. Still taking a while here. Some confusion from the Musketeer faithful here. As they keep on walking it off, Eastern going to be setting up shop with very good field position. Normally we see that coming off the tail end of a Garrett Drury return, but not even the return man on that play. Chandler Dukes letting the one bounce past him. Drury back out on the field. Out here leading the trips for the Musketeers. Got Temple alone on the right side. Braden Jones off to Bannett's left. Takes the snap. Scrambles to his left. Looks for Jones again. Catches. Lays down. Gets tripped up a little bit. And that's going to be a late hit there again. Braden Jones brought down at the 50. A very, very late and dangerous hit from the Cougars there. That's going to keep helping this Musketeer drive keep going.
We had two flags on the play, actually. I don't know if both are for the same penalty, and they just didn't see the flag fly initially, but I did like that pass there. Bannett's trying to figure out that cross body down the field pass a little bit when he rolls out left. I'm liking that for Bannett here. We have after the play, though, illegal hit.
Yeah, we're going to have an illegal hit on number 58, Bolin there. There's not really any room for that in our game. A very, very dangerous hit. Good to see Braden Jones up after that play. I mean, if you get helmet to helmet there, we could be seeing a very, very possible injury. Always going to be looking out for the health, safety of these players. A great call by the refs on the play.
It sure is. And now with that penalty, it's setting the Musketeers up at the 36-yard line in plus territory. The Cougars are on their heels.
Yeah, Musketeers getting a lot of penalty yards so far, flipping this field with no yards gained so far. But the Musketeers come back out again. Trips off to the right. Drury on the left. Jones is in the backfield off to Bannett's right. Catches a toss. He somehow bobbles it, catches it, keeps going. Braden Jones breaks a couple of tackles down to the 20. What could have been a fumble recovery for the North Harrison Cougars ends up turning into a big Braden Jones play, and this Musketeer fan base is on their feet, Eli.
A 16-yard run there from Braden Jones. What we seen to be a backward lateral fumble there as the Cougar got his hand on it, but Jones was able to recover and bobble it around his own hands, bring it down, gained 16 yards on a thought the rest of the Cougars defense is a fumble.
Yeah, a very, very dangerous pitch there from Bannett. Ends up in Braden Jones's hands as the Musketeers scrambling around here. Just 10 seconds left on the play clock. Bannett getting his troops in order. Two wide receivers on each side again. Caleb King, the tight end on the left side, entering in for the injured Brody Temple. Bannett with Jones off to his right. Motions Garrett Drury through, and we're going to have a flag for a delay of game. It's very, very, very bad there. Eastern getting down to this point, largely off some of these penalties, going to end up backing it up 5 yards here, back to their own 25, just taking them out of the red zone, Elon.
It sure is. That could have come back to bite the Musketeers now. As they're 5 yards further away from the chains, they're still in good position, don't get me wrong, because penalties are starting to help them out quite a bit. There's been 3 penalties on this one drive for the Cougars and only 1 for the Musketeers.
You just got to be imagining what this game would be looking like if Eastern would have scored from their own 5 earlier. But alas, back out here, Drury in motion. Bannett snaps it, hands off to Braden Jones, following some blockers. He's going to get tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Falls forward for a couple, Eli.
Not a bad run there. Almost getting back to the original line of scrimmage. Second down and about 12 coming up.
Yeah, going to be a huge second down here for the Musketeers. Almost certainly have to get in the end zone on this drive as there's 10 minutes to play here at Eastern. North Harrison still leads the Musketeers 21-13 as Eastern's motioning their guys through. Caleb King coming back out. 3 wide receivers on the left side for the Musketeers. Temple alone. Jones in the sidecar. Bannett takes the offering, looks to throw. Finds Garrett Drury. Garrett Drury on the catch. He's going to drop that ball, and that might be a North Harrison recovery. A nightmare play for the Musketeers was a catch and yardage for Garrett Drury. Turns into a fumble, and North Harrison's going to set up shop, Eli.
Sold. Garrett Drury did not really do what he needed to do there. Great play until
It's a great catch.
he kind of got confused in his mind and ended up just giving the ball away.
Trying to make that first football move. Ends up fumbling there as Eastern. 9 minutes and 40 seconds left to play. North Harrison takes over on their own 15. 21-13, still the score here as Eastern is looking to find an answer to get themselves back in this game, Eli.
They sure are. They're now around 21-13 with 9:40 to go, and they've now turned it over here in the fourth quarter. It's been bad.
Got a snap. Take it to Fessel. Fessel going to get met up around the line of scrimmage. Great start to this drive for the Musketeers.
Nice defensive stand now for the Musketeers. As they get off the field, they consequently get off the field now with the Cougars. Now we're going to want to waste a little bit more time here.
Yeah, going to have an injured Musketeer on the play. We're going to try to find out who that is. Not quite sure from our viewpoint. Training staff is on the field. He's driving at that leg. We will update you whenever we find out more. Very scary play here for the Musketeers.
It really is. It could be an unfavorable position now as they lose a key defender here if they're looking to get off the field quickly another time.
Hopefully he's going to be all right. Still trying to figure out who that is on the play. Training staff is checking them out. We're going to give you some more updates as we get them. 9:25 on the clock. North Harrison still leads 21-13 over the Eastern Musketeers. What are some keys to get this team back in it, Eli?
Keys to get this team back in it is as of now, it's to limit the turnovers. Musketeers have 2 turnovers this game, and it's shooting themselves in the foot. They had the same problem against Silver Creek, turning the ball over in crucial moments in the fourth quarter. They did it just right there.
2 turnovers inside the red zone is never going to be an equation for success. I mean, that is leaving very precious points on the field.
It really is. It's leaving precious points and, precious yardage too. They're not getting very down the field quite enough to where they need to be. Like you said, 2 turnovers in the red zone. It causes a lot of problems if you're trying to get success with percentages in that red zone and get in the end zone. It makes it hard for the Musketeers to convert if they keep shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, and we were talking about it during the Lost halftime show. Most of you folks at home wouldn't have heard it, but me and Eli were talking about how North Harrison really needed to respond to it. They've really, really done that in the second half, throwing the only punch so far of this quarter or this half, leading 21-13 still, as the Musketeers are still checking on their injured player here.
Checking on the injured player now, it looks to be even more problematic for the Musketeers as he's still on the ground. They might not see him the rest of the game.
Yeah, still stretching out that left leg. Sorry. Going to see if he's going to be able to get off the field on his own power here. Hopefully he's all right. Finally, maybe going to be able to get a read on the jersey number. That's going to be number 52 on the play. That is Connor Gilstrap. He's going to be helped off the field. Very scary situation. Hoping for another quick recovery for Connor Gilstrap. Another young piece to this Eastern team. I mean, not exactly a young piece. Still a junior, though. Connor Gilstrap got a lot of football left to be played in his career. Hoping all the best for him as he gets off to the sideline, and we might be getting back to some football here as the training staff's going to keep stretching him out.
It's going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Cougars when we come back to this game. But Musketeers looking to get off the field. They can't give up any big runs to Fessel here. They can't give up any big passes like they had before. 20 and 26 yards passes in the first half for the Cougars. Haven't seen the ball pass this once this half yet.
Langdon under center, and we're gonna have a neutral zone infraction there on the Eastern Musketeers. That's not gonna be good. Jumping off sides there, never gonna be good. Setting up North Harrison was originally behind the sticks, gonna have a 2nd and 5 now.
Man, really big problem tonight for the Musketeers as they've now crossed into 6 penalties for the night, all in the second half here. And the Cougars have 12 penalties on the night. They're catching up with them in one half.
Not great for the Eastern Musketeers. As we have a 2nd and 5 here, 9:25 to play. Langdon back under center. Hands off to Fessel. Fessel gets up to the line of scrimmage. He's going to fall forward for maybe a gain of 2 or 3 on the play.
Nice run there for Fessel. Fessel was able to get themselves moved up a little bit closer to the sticks, looking to convert on a 3rd down and about 2.5, 3 yards.
Yeah, I mean, Fessel by far the smallest body in this backfield, but he is not afraid to be able to get up the gut and run it down the middle. I mean, he is only a sophomore. I mean, we are seeing maybe a star being born here in this Mid-Southern Conference. I mean, coming into the night, 50 carries, 500 yards, 5 touchdowns in his 5 games. I mean, seeing a star being born here for North Harrison as Langdon takes the snap, hands off to the fullback Leffer. Leffer going to get met at the line of scrimmage, and that is going to be a huge 3rd down stop for the Musketeers. Going to see what North Harrison does here on the 4th.
I'd like to see the punt unit come out as they gain no yards on the play, maybe a loss of 1 actually if the team with a marker.
They're going to get them back up to just a little bit past the line of scrimmage. I don't know what that mark is, but going to be like a 4th and 1 here for North Harrison after a very questionable marker. 8 minutes and 15 seconds left in this one. Eastern searching for a 4th down stop deep in Cougar territory. This one might be all of it. Eastern getting there. Langdon, he's going to get through unscathed for the 1st down.
What a nice 5-yard QB sneak once again, causing problems for this Musketeer defense. Really, really struggling tonight now.
Langdon getting through that quarterback sneak, somehow escaping through the trenches there, getting a very, very big gain for the North Harrison Cougars. As we just have 8 minutes left in this game, when does clock become an issue here for the Musketeers, Eli?
I think if we get under 5 minutes here remaining and they can't get off the field, the clock starts to become a little bit more crucial for the Musketeers. It's going to be more of a clock management game more now as we're ready for this 1st down snap.
Langdon snaps again, hands off to Fessel. Fessel rumbling, tumbling. He's going to get up for about a gain of 4 on the play.
4-yard gain for Fessel on that one. Musketeers didn't seem quite ready on the defensive end of things right there. They were lackadaisical on the reaction when the ball was snapped, giving up an outside run to the right as you have another Musketeer to player down.
Another injured Musketeer on the play. Going to try to find out who this one is. Not great for the injury bug tonight for the Musketeers. Largely didn't have any injuries so far this year. 3 alone in this game. We're going to see who this one is.
While we are on these injury update, I want to add that we've had quite a few rushing yards this second half for the Cougars again. And the Musketeers have seemed to go backwards in the rushing yardage markers tonight. They've only made themselves a more problem to themselves. They're their own enemy tonight. They're allowing like 40, 50 yards this half so far in rushing, and they're allowing the clock to run too much. The time of the possession tonight has been flip-flopped multiple times. The Musketeers have only had like 10 minutes of possession, maybe 15 minutes of possession time, while Cougars are sitting like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, North Harrison really answering in this second half, scoring the lone touchdown to extend their lead up to 8. 21-13 with 7:27. We still have the injured Musketeer down on the field, still trying to figure out who that is on the play. Going to see if he can't get off the field on his own accord or how much help he's going to need here. But once again, hoping all the best as they're getting them up off the field here. Another injury in that defensive front for this Musketeers team. This time, going to be Adam Guthrie on the play. Hopefully, he gets off the field all right.
Man, what a big injury for the Musketeers there as he'll probably be out the rest of the night. But it looks to be an injured ankle problem for the Musketeers.
Already Adam Guthrie, usually coming in as a backup in some of these situations, now down to maybe third string DTs and such. I believe that is who that is on the play, Adam Guthrie. Praying for all the best for Adam Guthrie and his family. Hopefully he gets back in here tonight. And if not tonight, a quick recovery for the young Musketeer. North Harrison back out in the I formation. Motioning King through. Hands off to Fessel once again. Going to be met at the line of scrimmage. That's going to be either a loss or very little on the play there for the North Harrison Cougars. Set up a very big third down here.
Manageable third down coming up. They're down about 5 for the Cougars. Gain of 0 to be confirmed on that last play now. As we're crossing over to about 6 minutes to go, 6:50 in this fourth quarter in the game on the line here. I mentioned earlier that if it gets below 5 minutes, it's become a clock management game for the Musketeers.
Yeah.
And they can't get off the field here. It might be that case.
Eastern's got to be able to limit the damage here on third down. North Harrison has shown that they are not afraid to go for it on fourth. Back out in the I formation. Leffer's the fullback. Fessel receives the pitch. Gets outside. There's going to be a flag on the play. Probably going to be a hold, bringing this one back before he gets down to about the 50.
Looks like we have 2 flags on the play. Maybe a double holding call. I saw quite a few Cougar players have their hands up inside those top parts of the shoulder pads on the Musketeers. We're looking to see maybe coming back, being up a third down and 15.
Yeah, I mean, Eastern hoping to get off the field here. We've seen how good North Harrison has been on fourth down, hoping to not let it get to a fourth down. We're going to see the first holding get called against North Harrison. This one's certainly going to be coming back a little bit. Going to be seeing if there's 2 on the play.
I'm not sure if they take double penalties here or not. Yep, it's going back for sure.
Going to be moving back, setting up a very, very long third down here for the Cougars. And, I mean, just like that, Eli, Eastern's defense getting themselves a break here. Got to be able to get off the field here. Just 6:26 to play in this one. 3rd and 13. North Harrison leads Eastern 21-13 still. Ball on their own 30.
About an 8-yard penalty on that one. Kind of bringing it back like that old thing we saw earlier where they go from the original chain marker rather than the 10 yards from the
go
original
from where
spot.
the play ends, bring it back from there, or where the flag was at least thrown. McKinney in the backfield for the first time in a while. Fakes the handoff. He's looking for Hernandez. Got Hernandez open. That ball's going to be underthrown. A huge third down stop for the Musketeers to get their offense back on the field.
That will be his second attempt to pass here in the second half. He's 0 for 0. He's 0 for 2 now. Bringing up a 4th down and 13. Not a good play for Cougars. Punt team comes out.
Was a perfect 2 of 2 in the first half. We mentioned it once again in the lost halftime show footage that, I mean, he had thrown some very good balls on the run in that first half. Almost identical, scrambling off to his left like those 2 balls in the first half. This time a little bit short. Bringing out the punter, King, once again. King's been all over this game, the fullback. Lets one punt, a nice little punt. It's going to land at about the 35, roll to the 30, and it's going to be brought down at about the 27. That's going to be marked down by the Cougar defense.
The Musketeers barely got off the field there, saved by that holding call on third down. Bring up a 4th down and 13. 6 minutes and 2 seconds to go. I said they get under 5 minutes to clock management all the way. But now they're still alive for the Musketeers. They are still alive in this one.
Some good news for the Musketeers. Connor Gilstrap re-entering the game. Good thing he's looking healthy now, trotting back out on there to reprise his center spot. Connor Gilstrap has been pretty big for this Musketeer team. Young guy, junior still, got some football ahead of him. Good to see him healthy. We'll report on any of the other injuries if we get any updates on him. Adam Guthrie still being checked out for those at home. Musketeers take the field once again, trailing by 8. 6 minutes to play. Ball on the 26. Bannett has Jones in the backfield. Trying to get a man off the field before they get called for 12 men. And they're going to get a timeout for the Musketeers.
What could have been a very, very, very upsetting thing for the Musketeers, giving a 5-yard penalty if called, but the flag will be put away and be a timeout. Their first of the half, I believe, right?
Yeah, very frustrated. Luke Dean having used his first timeout to avoid the penalty there. Not quite on the same page with all of his receiving corps personnel. That's going to be a frustrating one for the Eastern fans.
It really will be now because they only have 2 timeouts left in this game because if they score here, their defense is still going to have to come back onto the field and hopefully get a stop again for this North Harrison offense.
They'll have to get that 2-point conversion too. As North Harrison leads by 8, got to see what Eastern can do. First, have to score that touchdown, of course. But, I mean, as this clock goes down, this is still anybody's game. John Harrell looking like he might be a little bit shy of his projection of 35-21. Don't think either team's going to make it quite that far in the scoring books tonight, but still a very great game here at Eastern.
It sure has been. But now the Musketeers don't have to exactly rush the plays here. They can still take their time. 6 minutes is a lot longer than it seems. If they just take the time and rush that, don't rush a little bit. Take their time to run plays like they know how. It might be a good setup for them.
We've
tonight.
seen Eastern run the ball with no timeouts left, with 30 seconds left in the game. I mean, we might still see a lot of runs. They have trips off to the left. Bannett takes the snap, looks to throw, finds McBride, and that one's going to be bobbled on the screen pass. Had blockers, looked to move before he fully caught it, and that's going to be an incompletion, setting up a 2nd and 10 for the Musketeers.
That ball was almost intercepted too. He looked for the screen pass. He had to launch it like right over the glimpse of 2 defenders on that play. Got their hands up, would have been picked off.
Yeah, McBride's got to be able to corral that one in. He's got a stampede of blockers in front of him. Got that convoy. He's got to be able to bring that one in as the Musketeers regroup. Clock's just ticked past 6 minutes here. 2nd and 10 for the Musketeers. Ball on the 26. They still trail 21-13. 2 in the backfield. Garrett Drury on the left, Temple on the right. Ball's going to be snapped. Probably going to be a delay of game here. Not sure what's going on for the Musketeers. Going to be a delay of game once again.
Another mishap for the Musketeers, really causing them problems. Another delay of game for the Musketeers, much like we saw in the first half. That'll bring their penalty total to a number now 7 or even 8. Now 8 for the Musketeers, really causing problems for them now as they've had 8 penalties in 1 half.
I mean, you have got to be able to get your guys in position there. I mean, always ends up going to be coming down on the quarterback there, Cody Bannett, as he's now way behind schedule. 2nd and 15 for the Musketeers. Once again, just under 6 minutes to play here at Eastern High School. Musketeers trail 21-13. 10 seconds on the play clock. Bannett with Jones in the backfield. 2 receivers off to his left, 1 to his right. Takes the snap. Hands off to Jones. Gets up to the line of scrimmage. Lays forward for about a gain of 4. Just shy of the original line of scrimmage.
About a gain of 4.5. Confirmed 5 now. They're back to the original line of scrimmage.
About 4.5 on that
4.5. Almost to the 4. Now bring up a 3rd down and 11.
Got to see what Eastern's drawn up here as that clock keeps on ticking. Just under 5 minutes and 35 seconds here left in this one. Got to see how Eastern responds here on 3rd and long. Almost certainly 4th down territory, as if you punt it back, North Harrison can just run out this clock.
That's the point I'm about to make, that this game is now in 4 down territory, whether you're on your side or field or not.
Musketeers back out there, just 3 on the play clock. Got to get this one off. Bannett takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looks for Drury. Drury catches it, runs a little bit, gets up, setting up a very manageable 4th down from the 35.
About a 4th down and about 2 coming up for the Musketeers. Very, very critical moment for the Musketeers now as they're looking to stay on the field. About an 8-9 yard gain there. About an 8-yard gain for Drury on that passing catch.
Just under 5 minutes left in this one. 4th and 2 from the 35 for the Musketeers. Got to get to the 37 to continue this game on. They still trail 21-13 for you, those of you guys just joining us. Bannett with 2 wide receivers off to his left. Jones in the backfield. Takes the offering. Hands off to Jones. Jones gets up. Gets to about the 1st down. Reaches for it. And that's going to keep this drive going for the Musketeers.
Almost looks like he got halted before the 1st down marker, but able to redeem himself and regain his footing to push past that 1st down marker.
Braden Jones is never going to stop running. We saw it on his touchdown run at the end of that first half. Huge 1st down for the Musketeers. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in this one. This Musketeer fandom is going to have to keep this team going for one more drive as we get to 4 minutes and 20 seconds. 10 seconds on the game clock. 2 receivers off to the left. Temple alone on the right. Jones is the sidecar. Bannett takes a snap. Hands off to Jones once again. Gets up to the line of scrimmage. Got a little bit of space. 1st down and more. Gets it down to the 45, and a huge run for Braden Jones on that one, Eli.
Nice play for the Musketeers. He was even more powerful enough to have the defender have his hands locked on his back, but then again kept powering through. 15-yard gain for the Musketeers on that one.
ball is placed. Clock is getting ready to start. 4 minutes and 8 seconds left in this one as the Musketeers get into Cougar territory. Bannett out here once again. Drury off to his left. Two running backs in the backfield. Temple alone on the right. McBride and Jones are in the backfield. Bannett takes the offering. Looks to throw. Is looking at Temple. Scrambles out left. Looking at Drury. Pump fakes. Gets outside. Lets another one fly, and that one's going to be intercepted. Number 7 for the Cougars, Langdon, the quarterback, going to be getting that ball up and past the 50, and that might be the game for the Musketeers.
We have another penalty on Aiden Miller. It looks like a late hit out of bounds. That might just seal this one away.
Cody Bannett maybe should have tucked that one in, ran on that play, was almost probably past the line of scrimmage, might have had another illegal forward pass, even if he does complete that. And we got a little bit of controversy here on the sideline with the refs.
Man, this has been a really big bad show for the fourth quarter for the Musketeers. Set themselves up for failure in all they do, and it's going to be look like another L.
Yeah, Musketeers have been close a lot of these times at halftime. 3 minutes and 39 seconds left in this fourth quarter. We'll let you know what those flags end up totaling out to be. Ball currently on the 45 for the Cougars. Going to see where they set up this drive and see if the Musketeers can get their offense back on the field.
Really unsettling moment, as we call it, an unsportsmanlike conduct on big boy Aiden Miller on that after the play
Not
here.
sure if that's going to be Aiden Miller or not. Seen a lot of talking on that Musketeer sideline. Still unsure. Don't know if we're ever going to find out who for sure that one's on, but just disaster there for Eastern.
It sure is, that leading from the pick and now giving them 15 more yards on top of it. This game is all but over.
A very David versus Goliath situation here for the Musketeers. Ball on their own 32. 3 minutes and 39 seconds left. 21-13. The Eastern Musketeers trail as this defense has to somehow find a stop with two timeouts left to get their offense a chance to take this lead again. Whitaker in the backfield. Takes the snap. Gets the pitch. Catches a little awkwardly. Tries to get outside. He is not going to get outside. Met by a lot of Musketeer defenders for a loss on the play.
Lost about 4 on that one. Bring up a second down and 14. It went nowhere from the start. Had to retreat backwards. Could not quite find his footing. Loss of 4.
Great start for this Musketeer defense. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left as that clock keeps on ticking. Clock now the enemy for the Musketeers, along with that 8-point lead they still have to surmount. North Harrison probably going to take their time on all these clocks. Going to see if they can't get back into the end zone or waste off as much time as they can as we get past 3 minutes in this one.
Musketeers still have 2 timeouts as well.
Yep. Back in the backfield is Whitaker. They're going to take a direct snap. Langdon's going to get back past the line of scrimmage.
About 6 yards gain on the play on that QB sneak. The Musketeers cannot figure out the QB sneak here. This is 4-down territory for the Cougars. No matter what they do, they're not going to punt the ball away.
Yeah.
It's going to be it doesn't matter if they turn the ball over.
Yeah, this deep in their own territory. North Harrison has a very long 3rd and 9 here, but like my partner Eli mentioned, probably going to be a 4th down territory because there's no real point of punting from your own or from the Musketeer 30 here. As they bring out the I formation, Langdon trying to get him to jump off sides here. Takes the snap. Does get some sort of a jump. We're going to see which side this
False
is on.
start.
False start. Langdon trying to get the defense to jump. Ends up getting his own guys to jump off sides there.
That
early.
could benefit the Musketeers in an overwhelming matter. They will not have to burn a timeout. As long as this 3rd down and 14 for the Cougars holds up, they might have to burn 1 here, but they'll still have 1 remaining. This could benefit the Musketeers in an overwhelming matter.
Yeah, that one's going to stop the clock. I mean, not a lot of game clock left before that offsides penalty for North Harrison. But we're going to see what Eastern can do on this 3rd and 14. 2 minutes and 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. If you're just tuning in, Eastern trails 21-13 to the North Harrison Cougars. North Harrison breaks the snap, bringing it back out. Both fullbacks are out on the field once again. Back in that I formation, the power back Whitaker still out there for them. Whitaker takes the snap, gets up the middle, and he's going to get right back past that line of scrimmage where we were before the penalty.
About a gain of 7 on that one. All I know is the Musketeers cannot allow another gain of 7 here. It's 4th down and 7. The clock, it will stop. No, Dean is not going to use a timeout.
Yeah, I think he's going to save those both for offense. Better to have them for offense here. Have to be able to get your stop here. This one is going to be where the game is up in the balance here.
They will have a minute 15, if that, when this clock gets down to nothing.
Yep, minute 30 left on that clock. As Eli mentioned, 10 seconds left on the game clock. Langdon brings his troops back out. Going to see what we see on this 4th and 7. Takes the snap. Looks to throw. Scrambling out. He's going to be wrapped up back behind the line of scrimmage by Connor Cleek. Huge play as the Musketeers take over with a minute 11 left in the 4th quarter.
He lost some yardage there, too. Back at the 30-yard line, the Musketeers will set up a nice field position as Bannett, although his head is shaking up a little bit, his head is down. After that pick on the last possession, the Musketeers will have another jersey change here for King.
That's crazy. Maybe back in his original jersey now. Not quite sure what he's switching back into. But we're going to see another jersey change. Both teams having some jersey malfunctions. Maybe North Harrison needs to switch up their brand. Very stretchy jerseys on their sides. We've been seeing a lot of their players get wrapped up by the jersey.
We sure have. And now the Musketeers have one more chance at life here. Minute and 11 seconds to go. Ball on their own 30-yard line. It's coming down to the wire. The Musketeers have one more chance.
Yeah, the Musketeer defense got the task, got their offense another chance. They have trips wide receivers off to the right. Drury alone on the left. Takes the snap. Pitches to Braden Jones. Braden Jones tries to get outside, gets stiff arm, tries to stiff arm McKinney, gets brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
They are going to have to get up and go quickly here. The clock now ticks, under 1 minute remaining in this 4th quarter.
Yep, under a minute here. Ball in the 30 here for the Musketeers. 2nd and 10. Clock is still ticking now to 50 seconds. Eastern's got to get going here. Bannett, 3 wide receivers off to his left, 1 to his right. Takes the snap. Looks to throw. Finds Temple. Temple gets up the sideline, gets out of bounds, and that's huge, saving a timeout. 37.5 seconds left here in this 4th quarter for the Musketeers, seeing if they can't manufacture a huge comeback with just seconds left in this game.
A gain of 11 there with about 37.5 seconds remaining in this ball game. We are going to see a huge finish to this one if Bannett can keep completing down the field to his key receivers. It's going to be a nice one to see because Temple has been seeing quite a few minutes of ball tonight.
Yep. 3 wide receivers once again to the left. Temple alone on the right. Bannett takes a snap, fakes the handoff, looks to throw to Drury, gets it on the screen, bobbles it, catches it, gets up for about a gain of 3. Not going to be worth it there on the play for the Musketeers. As this play keeps on going, ticks on down to 28 before the timeout is issued by the Musketeers.
Musketeers going to use their second time out of the night here, the second half, as now we have 28.7 seconds remaining in the ball game. Coach Dean was talking over also because the clock needs to stop. 1 timeout remaining for the Musketeers, and they're only got about 14 yards.
Yeah, might have been better to drop that one on that play. Not really going to be worth all the time that ran off there. Eastern with 1 timeout left. Still with this huge comeback to be ordered here. They still trail 21-13. North Harrison scoring that lone touchdown in the 3rd quarter, extending their lead to 8 after the failed PAT. How big could that failed PAT come back here if Eastern can somehow get this drive down the field? Bannett back out once again, has 2 receivers on each side. A lot of receivers on the field for the Musketeers, might be passing time. Bannett in the shotgun, looking for it. A little bit of confusion, getting Drury lined up in the right place. Takes a snap out of the shotgun, looks to run a little bit, scrambles up. He's going to have some room. Gets up to about the 40, shakes a man out, gets down just past the 40. Musketeers, 19 seconds left in this one. Second time, clock's going to stop to set the chains up here. Going to see what Eastern can do. 1st and 10 from the 40. Bannett takes a snap. Not sure what's going on there. Going to see what the refs are saying happened on this one.
The ball was spiked there by Bannett, but as soon as the referee initiated the clock to resuming, 17 seconds, 2 seconds ran off that clock there, and that little confusion right there.
Yeah, we're going to see what happens here. Clock temporarily halted at 17. A lot of angry Musketeer fans out here tonight. 21-13 as the comeback drives into the Cougars' territory. Going to see what Cody Bannett can lead his team out here. Jones to his left. 4 wide receivers once again. Bannett in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Looks to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Cougars rushing none. Bannett getting to the sideline. running back behind the line of scrimmage. Not sure why he's not getting out of bounds there, and we're going to have maybe a flag on the Musketeers late on that play with just 6 seconds left in this one.
Not sure why Bennett would not get out of bounds on that play. He could took off. He had about 20 yards in front of him of clean grass, clear air. Decided to fall back again. Did not quite see where he get into. We're going to have about 6 seconds to go. Musketeers might fall back, fit 10 more yards.
Very indecisive on that one. Bennett getting up past the line of scrimmage, thinking about it too long, trying to get back behind the line of scrimmage to throw, getting towards that sideline, then cutting back. I mean, if you're Coach Dean, you got to really get your players out of bounds there. I mean, with just 6 seconds left, going to have to see the Musketeers take a real deep shot here as it's a holding on the Musketeers, bringing this back even further.
They might have time for 2 more plays here if they really hurry it. They can get a 10-yard out route here if they really, really get going quick. I can see Temple seeing the ball on the right side. He'd be lining up on either right or left side, and he'll be going. I think he'll see go 10 yards up and out towards the sideline. If Bennett can find him quickly, we might see a chance at 2 plays here for the Musketeers.
For all the new viewers at home, Eastern trails 21-13. Hail Mary situation. Time for maybe 1, maybe 2 plays. Just 6 seconds left in this game. Musketeers hurrying up to get back out here. This clock is going to start running here in a second. Going to see what the Musketeers can do. Clock starts running. Bennett needs to get the snap off. 2 seconds left. They're not going to get the snap off. Snap doesn't get off, and that's going to be the ball game. That is bad for the Musketeers.
He called a timeout. They have a timeout on Coach Dean. Looks like he called a timeout, but he's not getting it.
Not sure if he still had the timeout.
He had 1 timeout left.
Looking like we have a end of the game here. Some very
controversy
confused players on the Musketeers sideline as the Cougars line up to shake hands. Very, very, very controversial into the game. Eastern once again shooting themselves in the foot with the penalties. Clock ran after that penalty, not getting back in time to get a Hail Mary attempt off. The Musketeers are going to fall just short in their comeback efforts as they lose to the North Harrison Cougars 21-13.
We saw some very controversial stuff in this last drive of the game. Penalties from both sides. Musketeers at one point were up at the 40-yard line, ready to hopefully get a long drive here to put this one away. Tie this game up late. Could not quite get that back here in this game, falling 21-13. They will send their record to 2-4 now. The Cougars will improve to 5-1.
Yeah, Musketeers still just showing their age here in a negative way. I mean, a more experienced team gets that snap off sometimes. Still a very young team for the Musketeers. Very unexcusable lack
of awareness.
Lapses in judgment throughout that play. I mean, we're struggling to get snaps off throughout that last drive. I mean, you've got to be in there and ready to go. As, like we mentioned, Eastern going to fall just short here tonight. A good effort from the Musketeers. Going to end up sending the North Harrison Cougars home 5-1 as they bounce back after that loss at Brownstown last week. Just speechless here, Eli.
100%, Dylan. I agree. We're speechless tonight. But anyway, we are going to send you to break real quick, come back for a post-game show here on WSLM. We will see you on the other side.
Sprained ankle, swollen joints, and no time for an appointment? Schnick Medical Center has you covered. Visit our orthopedic walk-in clinic for expert care. Our specialists provide fast attention to a number of bone and joint problems. No appointment necessary. Available Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 11:30 a.m. For more information, visit schneckmed.org. Schneck, healthy together.
We welcome you back here to Eastern High School for our post-game show. I'm Dylan Beach alongside Eli Guthrie. For any of you guys left watching at home, Eastern lost this one 21-13. Looking to bounce back next week with a county clash versus the Salem Lions. Salem picking up, was that their first win tonight, Eli?
Salem did not win tonight.
They didn't?
They did not win tonight, doesn't look like.
Corden came back?
I saw Corden did come back a little bit, but I think they may have pulled off the W. I will look it up.
Go check it out here, Eli. Get stat on that score update. We're going to see if Eastern's facing a winless Salem team next week or not. That's going to be an exciting game next week, Eli. The Musketeers had so much promise in this one, opening it up with a 7-0 lead before the North Harrison Cougars. took the lead back for 8-0 or 8-7, extended it to 15-7. Eastern responded with that late Braden Jones touchdown in the first half to get it to 13. And 13 is where it ended for the Musketeers as the North Harrison Cougars extended the lead from 2-8 with a third quarter touchdown, sealing this one at 21-13. Eli, what's our score update from Salem?
Salem allowed Corden to come back about 10 points in the deficit. Salem ended up coming up with the win here, 42-32.
Figured Salem was going to get that one. Salem coming in on a high. Eastern maybe going to be looking to take out a little bit of their frustrations from this week on the Lions next week. We will once again have that call here on WSLM. A very premier game for this county. Must-see TV. I mean, if you're not at the game, make sure to tune in to me and Eli next week. We will once again be on the call. I mean, frustrating night for Eastern, but I mean, still a lot of football left to be played in this season for this Musketeers team, Eli.
It really is. A lot of football to be played left. They have about 3 or 4 regular season games remaining, and then sectional. The sectional draw, speaking of it, comes up in about 2 or 3 weeks up from tonight. It's going to be a huge thing for Eastern Musketeers to figure out how they're going to be able to manage that games, these games coming up to it. They could have a winning schedule ahead of them after this night.
Yeah, I mean, a frustrating night for Eastern and the Eastern supporters. But any of you guys that are frustrated, don't fret. This is still a young team for the Musketeers. A lot of this core will still be returning. Maybe for next year to knock off the North Harrison Cougars, maybe stop this losing streak at 13 next year. Eastern losing some guys down to injury throughout the night. Brody Temple went down, didn't return. Hoping Brody Temple's going to be all right in the future. Hoping that's just an ankle sprain, something minor for him. The rest of the injured players, Connor Gilstrap ended up returning back to the game, so he should be good to go by next week. And we'll check in with our very own Eli Guthrie next week on his brother Adam. Hopefully Adam's out here recovering. Didn't return back to the game, but looked all right on the sideline after a while. But Eastern really got to have to turn around quick. I mean, it's not like a fast week like in the NFL, but anytime you're facing a county rival, and as a rivalry as big as Eastern and Salem, you've got to be ready to bring it every day in practice this week and see how they're going to play next Friday night, Eli.
Yes, they sure will. We're looking for a big game at Salem next Friday night. And you guys will have your choice. You listen to the Salem broadcast or you listen to your 2 favorite commentators, WSLM, me and Dylan, next week at Salem. Because we're both going to be on the call in the same booth with the Salem commentators for WSLM. We'll be on the call about 6:50. They'll probably do the same. We'll see you then. We'll have a stats here in a second. When I finish up my stats here, we'll give a little bit. We're going conversing about how this game went down on the stats side of things in about a few minutes.
Let's close this one out here soon, Eli. Let's go ahead, get a new post-game topic going. Maybe a new reoccurring thing every week. I want to hear your offensive and defensive players of the game for the Musketeers tonight, Eli.
My offensive player of the game tonight for the Musketeers, I'm a split decision at this one. I'm either going to give it to Caden Temple or Braden Jones. Braden Jones had great time running the ball tonight, having up huge yards. He ran for 111 yards in the first half, setting the Musketeers up for great success. But then again, on the other side, Caden Temple had huge plays for the Musketeers. That one big sideline catch here near the near side with 1 foot barely getting in the inbound line. Defensive-wise, I give the defensive player of the game, let's see, 2.
If you're indecisive on it, I have mine dialed in here.
I will think about that and I'll let you come back to tell me hear yours.
My defensive player emphatically this week, Connor Cleek. Connor Cleek, man on a mission. We keep mentioning that he flies around the field. Just a sophomore for this Eastern team, but they might be having a budding star on defense. I mean, he came up huge multiple times for this Musketeer team. Ends up with that huge sack of Langdon deep in this game. But alas, the Musketeers couldn't pull off the comeback. My offensive player of the game is also, once again, going to be Braden Jones and Caden Temple. I'll give another out to them. Great game from the 2 of those guys.
Sure was. And I come down to the conclusion that I'm going to give my defensive player of the game to Caleb King. Caleb King came out here tonight, made great plays for the Musketeers. He was occasionally having to jog off the field and back on and still be able to play this game. Get new jerseys every time around. Get new jerseys back on the field for offense and defense. I give him the defensive player of the game because he got in the backfield and was able to interrupt the offensive game play for the North Harrison
Very
Cougars.
impressive performance from Caleb King. I mean, playing a bigger role on offense once Brody Temple left the game. going from right tackle to tight end, I mean, that's no easy feat to do middle of the game. But that's going to be all that me and Eli have for you this week. We'll get you some of those updated Eastern stats next week at the start of our broadcast. We'll be there live from Salem, Indiana, as we have this county rivalry between the Eastern Musketeers and the Salem Lions. I'm Dylan Beach alongside Eli Guthrie. Good night, folks, and thank you for tuning in to WSLM.
Do you ever wonder what it would be like to live without hip or knee pain? Schneck Orthopedics and Sports Medicine's new procedure makes it easier than you think. We're proud to be one of the first in the region to offer Mako robotic arm-assisted joint replacement surgery. This latest advancement transforms the way joint replacements are performed. Mako allows your surgeon to provide you with a personalized surgical experience based on your specific diagnosis and anatomy. This means less soft tissue damage and greater bone preservation, less blood loss, less pain, fewer days in the hospital, and faster recovery. Taking a walk, riding a bike, and playing with your grandchildren. These are just a few of the simple joys in life. But for those with bone and joint pain, these simple joys are often too painful or unbearable to truly enjoy. With Mako robotic arm-assisted surgery at Schneck, you can get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at SchneckOrtho.com.
Here's the thing that makes life so interesting. The theory of evolution claims only the strong shall survive. Maybe so. Maybe so. But the theory of competition says just because they're the strong doesn't mean they can't get their ass kicked. That's right. See, what every long shot come from behind underdog will tell you is this. The other guy may in fact be the favorite. The odds may be stacked against you. Fair enough. But what the odds don't know is this isn't a math test. This is a completely different kind of test. One where passion has a funny way of trumping logic. So before you step up to the starting line, before the whistle blows and the clock starts ticking, just remember out here, the results don't always add up. No matter what the stats may say, and the experts may think, and the commentators may have predicted, when the race is on, all bets are off. Don't be surprised if somebody decides to flip the script and take a pass on yelling uncle. And then suddenly, as the old saying goes, we got ourselves a game.